the start every time he is a game. Centering try right in front. Fowler makes a kick.
And that tough schedule isn't going to relent because of the long break. They're going to be playing a lot of hockey here over the next 3 months if they're looking to get back to the Frozen Four.
There are some good Hockey East teams this year. We'll talk about that as we go through. So Wattville back to get it for Merrimack. Hagens along the wall with Perreault and Leonard on the line after they played together the entire World Junior Tournament. That was basically the first thing we heard from David Carl coming out of the first day of camp. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave those guys together. Here's Leonard, quick shot, missed wide.
I look forward to him splitting them up at some point. So many options for coach for the game. Your ability to, if you can load up like they have tonight and right now, but you could go 3, even 4 deep and really spread it out depending on different matchups.
Save made off the shot from Leonard again. BC hasn't played in a while, so some of the overall numbers have come down just because the game's played, but Ryan Leonard still first nationally in goals per game. For a while there, a lot of the production was coming from those.
It up.
Face-off win for Boston College. Hagens lost his footing. And back to center with Powell. It is Hagens, Stiga, Perreault, Leonard, and Powell, the 5 for Boston College. The 3 guys that we talked about on that line were playing quite a bit of power play time with the World Junior team, so even though it's the 2 other guys
in a different place than what it was before and build off the confidence here in the second half, but that's a great job by Merrimack stepping up at the line.
Nick Pierre comes in. Pierre tried to fake and Fowler stayed with it the whole way.
Fowler made that one look pretty easy. Great job by Pierre pulling away with his speed, almost too fast to make a play.
Merrimack has struggled to
closing gap using the blue line as defense, and you see Pierre, he got the one leg pump, probably could have went back.
Merrimack wins the face-off on their PK, and Fowler saw that one.
Heads up play.
Will allow his team to play it out with 57 seconds remaining on the penalty time. Out there with Perreault. Gives it right back for James Hagens, who comes in. Hagens, shot was deflected. Felt like a big tournament for James Hagens, who scored a bunch of goals early in that tournament. And with a lot of eyeballs on someone that we've talked about a lot as the projected #1 overall pick in the upcoming NHL draft, it felt like a sort of reestablishing of why he had gotten all of that hype.
It's a huge measuring stick for the drafted kids. Ryan Leonard, Gabe Perreault, those guys have established themselves, and everyone's pretty aware and understands exactly what they are as players. But for the younger guys, the draft-eligible kids, to play against their peers, to really get an understanding of where they are in their development and where they stack up with the other 17, 18-year-olds in the world, it was good for Hagens to perform the way he did and sets himself up for an opportunity to be first overall.
Another chance on an on-man rush. It's a 3-on-2 potentially. It's a cross and a big save. Fowler for 1 in white.
To be excited with the way that their mindset has been coming out of here and then getting that first goal.
With an opportunity tonight to set a new program record as Hagens makes a move. Forward for Perreault and was knocked off well by Seamus Powell, playing against his brother Eamon for the first time. Seamus Powell of
free warm-up picture together.
Exactly.
Kept their masks on. I thought they should have, for mom's sake, they should have, shown their faces, but they didn't.
Covers it up on the chance from Weiland. Ahead in their pairwise lead right now, which of course, that's a math problem more than anything else.
Hard to fall out.
Yeah, playing those tougher games.
You're better off because, again, if your conference stays healthy, it's really hard to drop through the second half of the season.
That is turned over right in the high slot. There was almost a chance there developing, but it was broken up well. Ryan O'Connell still pushing forward for it, then got spun off. And Perreault finds Hagens. James Hagens tried to cut back center. Good positioning there by Cam Kungle. Ryan Leonard now far wall against Bookman. Leonard pushed his man off the play. And let's
24, 25-year-old guys at Merrimack again, and a little bit sloppy in their own zone, looking for small, easier plays.
Perot spins
similar
the pass.
to that.
Yep, that's not there tonight.
That's just that won't be there. That might have been there against Germany or Latvia, but in this game, in this league, in this conference, not happening. But yeah, Canada too. I'll rip on Canada. I'm Canadian, but they deserve it. So yeah, Canada too. You're right.
Maybe have some college guys.
I mean, I was biting my lip listening to the Zoom that you guys had, but rightly, yeah, fair is fair.
There's a turning try. Fitzpatrick and a good save by Fowler as he found it with the glove. It is fun that all of college hockey that roots against each other all year does come together for that week. Here's Perot. And it sends Fitzpatrick the other way for Merrimack. Back for Cranston. It's a little bit behind him. As we play 4-on-4 for the final 34 seconds of this first period. That is knocked down and kept in the zone by Seamus Powell, who walks the line right in front. An open man, but couldn't get a stick on it. Caden Cranston was right there, but just could not find that puck. And now it's James Hagens down the wall. Hagens cycling for Yelvik, throws it towards the net on a tough angle. It was loose for a moment. Hagens still trying to find it behind the net, and does. With just 5 seconds remaining, gotta go. Hagens spins, gotta shoot, it's blocked by Powell. And that will do it for the first period. On 4 time remain when we start the second.
No, what a release from Gabe Perot, just inside, or real close. That was a real close one, and Cranston with a great opportunity, a great look by Enns.
A couple of really good chances in that first period. That's from way outside, and no problem for Fowler. Facing Dean Letourneau on this fourth group for BC. Emerson comes in after a hit, and if Fowler sees it, he's usually before Ty Deneau brings it out.
Yeah, that was a really good opportunity. That had a chance to go in if it does.
For Caden Cranston, right back in front. Pierre, he's had 3 good goal now for Deneau on the face-off dot. Powell up top, that got deflected, comes right to Pierre. And this, as you said, 62 straight saves for Jacob Fowler on the penalty kill to begin this year before Buttazzoni beat him for Lowell in that last game of the first half. So the Eagles kill it with 14:20 remaining in this second period, and around the wall for Zivlak, who's there for Merrimack just for a moment. As Letourneau, Boston College, and as we've talked about a lot, Jacob Fowler's been very strong as he was there on a couple of chances on the PK.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy to go, guys, but just back to that penalty kill a little bit, what the Eagles' decision, and picked a spot, found it, first of the year.
Still power play time here for Merrimack, and right in front, they answer.
Here.
He got in behind everybody there and was wide open in front of Fowler.
Yeah, a bit of a broken play, and you see there back-to-back games after not giving one up all season long for the Eagles.
So a massive power play goal, and that's now
quickly get away from you, and Merrimack with a great pushback allows them to regain momentum and try and take advantage here in the second half of the second period.
First time since January 19th and January 21st of 2024 that Boston College has allowed a power play goal in back-to-back games. And ironically enough, both of those were against Merrimack.
Got their number.
Hagens behind. Hagens out for Leonard. Did get the shot away, but it was deflected to the corner. You see how Hagens lifted that pass to get it over some sticks and to Leonard before the shot was deflected.
Yeah, and what hands by Leonard to get. I was thinking, ooh, that's not the ideal pass or ideal play. It was a little bit of a wounded duck out there to Leonard, but calmly corralled it and still got a shot off.
Perot in behind with this top line out there for Boston College. On for Is it back in for Leonard, down low. Had the puck for a moment, gets a hit in. That's 2 hits on this shift for Leonard as he knocks Zivlak down, and then a third behind the play. Merrimack brings it out. They have numbers for a moment, but Roy could not get it beyond Michael Hagens. And a chance, and they score! It ended up with numbers!
Jump on the Eagles. Leonard got distracted down in the defensive zone, having a little push of lick. And it just opens up the entire. Everyone gets out of position and leaves them all alone in front of the net. Trainers do a good job giving them another weapon. Now they're going on the offense.
He's starting to open up a little bit. A lot of odd rushes the other way. For a guy right in front of the net unmarked. and Merrimer shot right down the line, that all those white sweaters shift to one side, and Juhas is kind of all alone coming from the bench down that opposite side, and he goes unmarked right to the net.
Yeah, and you see Will Scahan, the freshman defenseman, back in the lineup tonight. He just doesn't pick up and doesn't grab a stick and standing around and just too lackadaisical in front of the net. All three goals.
Try comes through, and again, it kind of has opened up like this. We've seen quite a bit. Fitzpatrick against Michael Hagens. A good job by Hagens to force him off. Perreault taken away by Juhas. And Weiland right towards the net. Fowler made the save.
Start rolling the dice a little bit more for a team like the Eagles that have the scoring power and have the finishing ability. If they take care of their own end, they're going to get their chances.
Young throws it towards the net. That was nearly there.
To the net, but there was an absolute great, just missed with the stick. It's the captain, Venuto, who scored the opening goal, going hard to the net. Scrappy and fought their way back in and created momentum all evening long.
And by the way, all 4 of those wins were against ranked teams. Western Michigan, Maine, at Providence, and then Dartmouth. And all came in big
home ice here at Conti Forum.
I was wondering whether Greg Brown would tinker, as we've seen, gone to that other unit he's been pretty happy with Perreault out there with Hagens and Stiga, but they stay with it for now. Here's Powell right to the net and a save by Wallstrom. And frankly, the second line's been so good, I'm not sure you want to break that up. Squirts to Perreault, quick shot, save Wallstrom.
Sold over 4 lines pretty well this entire
since the first period here against Boston College. Pierre's got it. Pierre to the net, leaves it behind. Dipsy, do they score?
Continues to stay out there as an opportunity breaks right along the boards. He pokes it through, and instead of going in on net, huge heads up Bookman trailing, and Bookman ends up with his 5th point now in 3 games, making a great run.
Shot from the outside. Fowler got a team
has. You expect them to only get better as the season goes on.
Over for Hershak. One-timer blocked. Tied to 0. Scott Borek loves that kind of effort. Now Hagens, that's blocked again by Deneau. 2 in a row. Another one from the outside with a tip from Leonard in front. It's still loose in the area. Hagens trying to fire one.
One break.
Again, odd man rush. It's Emerson on a rolling puck. Could really only stuff it into Fowler's pad. In this environment, he's got his arm on the crossbar, taking it all in. He's in a groove right now for sure. Can the Eagles break it? That puck comes hopping towards the near side as Aiden Hershak gives it for Hagens, across for Perreault, right in front, and Wallstrom makes 2 saves on him. I mean, he was down early, and there were
minutes against this kind of talent. If you're going to sit back and give opportunities like this.
Hagens again, and Wallstrom knocked. 8:20 remaining. Pass goes wide. Zivlak scores!
Oh. Fowler, what an incredible job. And again, it's Eagles not taking care of the puck, and you're just going to see puck play by the Swedish player.
3rd goal of the season for Ivan Zivlak. Talking to the referees, I'm wondering if there's something they might look at a challenge. Behind for Roy. Up top and a chance for Enns, and Fowler fought that up. Centering pass, Hagens got broken up. Fowler was going to...
Hooking call coming.
Weiland shot is stopped with the stick by Fowler.
Yeah, a lot
of Merrimack jerseys in the way. And Pierre again. Pierre again! It just missed.
No way. Just hasn't been able to beat Jacob Fowler, so get back into the shooting range here, working on his breakaway technique.